Hey everyone, it's Caroline. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to this YouTube Live. And what we're going to do is just spend the next hour looking at questions that people have put into the chat, the live chat. And I'll bring in the collective. They'll handle everything that they can within that hour. And thank you so much for being here. All of the energy work is going to flow to you. Even if you're not the one asking the question, it's still going to flow to you. So no worries about that. And also, if you've got a question that's not related to anything that people post, ask your question. Just say collective, my higher self, my spirit team. That's your guides, angels, and higher self. Just say, can you assist, please? Can you send me the energies to assist in dissolving this obstacle, this blockage in my life, or can you assist with offering me wisdom that I wouldn't have otherwise? Just pop that into my mind or offer it in some outer way. Maybe somebody will say something to you. Maybe you'll read something somewhere and it will just come up for you, and it'll be full of light. It'll be exactly what you need in that moment. So, all right. So I'm going to bring in the collective. A really helpful thing is if everybody can just go into your breathing, okay? And okay, wonderful. Already got a few questions. And so please be aware this isn't your usual psychic reading. The collective don't predict the future. They're going to tell you where you are right now energetically, and then bring in your team as well and look at things from an energy level. But they're not here to say, yeah, this is definitely going to happen, or no, that won't ever happen. You are constantly deciding how you are going to interpret and flesh out, you might say, the life chart, the blueprint that you wrote before you came into an earth life this time. So you're in control here. You're the co-creator with this universe. You can lift a situation to a whole higher level so that it transforms. You can switch things so that the emphasis of, say, your work, your relationships, your health changes entirely. But that is really up to you. So what is offered here is sort of an energetic boost and a bit of information to assist and a bit of wisdom and insight. So again, just open to receive. These energies are going to flow to everybody who's open to them. So I'm going to call in the collective right now. We're just surrounded right now by these beautiful archangels, beautiful ascended masters, the Fey elders, our star nations, family members, all of these beautiful beings of light, the light beings, the golden dragon tribe, all the dragon tribes of light are here. They're all multi-locating to be here with us. Greetings, dear ones. We're going to put everybody who dials into this live or on replay, everybody's in that circle of light. You're absorbing light, you're breathing it in. Just take a very deep breath right now in through the nose with mouth closed. You're just breathing in all that beautiful light. And when you exhale out through the open mouth, or sort of like you're whistling, as you do that, you're releasing anything that's heavy and difficult, dense. So just let yourself go into that breathing, because that puts you in your heart space and it keeps you in a place of receptivity and openness. Wonderful. And I'm going to call in the collective now. Just stay in that breathing for a moment. Well, greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased, as always, to have this time to speak with you today. And so, as always, we see many questions, and we would like to say, as our writer is going to scroll through them for us, we would like to say that these questions are not everything involved in any one particular issue. They're an indication of a larger issue. So as you open to receive higher light, into any one issue that you place in the live chat. Understand that you are receiving higher light for the bedrock of that. You're receiving light and assistance for what is really behind that issue and what is really at the base of the situation that you're dealing with. And you might think, oh, it's just this particular health issue, or, oh, it's just this particular amount of money I owe that's driving me nuts, and I would love to receive the money to just dissolve that debt, as well as more savings, etc. There's something bigger than that going on, dear ones, a lot bigger. So just be aware of that. And it doesn't mean anything dreadful. It doesn't mean you're meant to suffer. You're not here for that now. As everyone moves into 5D, absolutely, you're all meant to be joyful and fulfilled. It's just that you're going through a time now of releasing, of detoxification, and of dissolving old agreements, old commitments, ideas, belief systems, subconsciously held trauma that does not serve you. It's not good for you at all. So, all right, dear ones, we're looking at Sarah's question, and she is indeed saying she's been stuck her whole life around money and career. Will it ever change for those of us who just couldn't get on at all with the old system? Let's call in your spirit team, dear one. Yeah. Namaste, friends. Going to listen for a moment. Is it the old system? Is that the issue that this dear one is unhappy with? Okay, so a few other things involved. All right. Part of your Earth mission is to anchor light for the new economic system, Sarah. So be aware of that. First of all, a lot of this is family orientated, and not only from this particular life, but you have been trained in a number of lives by parents or older siblings or grandparents or what have you, to see yourself as mainly only good for bringing money into the household, no matter how you had to do that, even if you had to suffer, even if you were in jobs that were really hard for you. And, their point is that that has to be healed. And as well, forgive the system, send love to it. Yes, it's dark. Yes, absolutely. Your current money system has many issues and a lot of very dark magic, one could say, attached to it. Forgive that. Send it light. You cannot rise above that which you deeply resent, can't quite believe, don't want to cooperate with, don't like and don't agree with. You can't rise above that. It's going to sit there like a block in your energy systems, a block in the road. And they don't want you to be too concerned about career, because they're saying your Earth mission continues no matter what kind of job you do outwardly. Understand as well, everyone, the energies that you offer the world are going to flow through you no matter what your day job is. No matter if you run your own business, it runs into 7 or 8 figures, or if you're just working at the corner shop and barely making minimum wage, your light is going to pour through in each of those situations. And some of those situations you're in because you were meant to anchor light there. Absolutely. Now, let's just look at this energetically. Let's see agreements you have with money, dear one. Yeah. Agreements to hate and resent the system, yes, that it's based on. You've had actual arguments with the spirit of money itself. Let's bring in the spirit of money. And they are a beautiful presence, really full of love. They don't want people to suffer. They don't want you to feel, oh, I'm constantly ripped off by banks or what have you. Yeah. Investments. This dear one, the spirit of money is saying, I'm ready to pour into Sarah's life as soon as she can just allow that I can be a blessing and a force for good in this world. And indeed, yes, how are you going to feed your children without money at the current time? How are you going to feed people half a world away who are starving because of natural disaster or war, if you can't feel positive about money? And how you're going to feed yourself and go on trips and take classes about things that fascinate you without that. So it, as they say, it not only comes in handy, it can be a blessing. Let's just bring the energy of that introduce that idea of going into Sarah's subconscious. Look, we're going to show your subconscious. It only responds to images, not words, and emotion. Look at this absolutely beautiful moment. Yeah, this is the spirit of money. It has great love for humankind, and it's time, it's absolutely time to accept. All right, you've had a lot of trauma about money. Let's pull that out. And this extends to everyone, as we say. Come on, all of that. Past life selves into the circle of light right now. That heavy sack you're carrying about how hard it is to earn money. I don't feel as if I have a career. I don't want to participate in this system. It's dark, it's ugly, it's dreadful. Yeah, everybody pull all that. You're carrying big, big sacks of ash that is bitterness, pain, sadness, abandonment, feelings of lack and insecurity. All of these beings, all of these past life selves, and we extend that to any life you've lived on any part of this timeline, any place. We just say past lives for convenience sake. Everybody pick up that heavy sack. We would say this to everyone watching right now or on replay. Pick up that heavy sack, toss it into this beautiful white flame of the divine feminine. Every single bit of it, the resentment, the anger, the feeling of loss, the feeling of lack. This system is pitched against us. Why is it all so unfair? All of those feelings. I hate debt. I hate having to work hard for money that I end up resenting because it made me do awful things. All right, into that beautiful white flame that doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be painful. This is beautiful. The spirit of money is releasing a lot of flowers and brilliantly colored balloons into the air and to show, let's celebrate, let's be joyful. Let's find ways to earn money that's joyful, and let's help others to see that as well. You don't have to tunnel everybody out of, dig them out of poverty. You just let your own shining example be their teacher. That's all. No words needed. Let them see you being joyful, fulfilled, not afraid of money, not resentful. Aha, that's another layer right there. Why afraid of money, dear ones? Past other life selves and subconscious. Show us, please. No. Beaten for not bringing home enough. So you had lives where you sat out in the street and you had to beg for money and then come home and you'd be beaten if it wasn't that much. So you associated that with money, and there's a lot of fear, therefore, associated with money. It's better. I have nothing to do with it. All right, all of it into the white flame right now. Everybody, all those white sacks. Now, there's a beautiful tall angel here with a huge broom. Many of you already know that image, and she's just sweeping all of that painful, awful detritus, all that old trauma, shock, upset, grief, rage, feelings of being cheated, left out, and living in lack, wedded to poverty as if you can never get rid of it. All of that, she's sweeping all of it into that white flame. And each of you, dear ones, no doubt on some level, you've got similar ideas. Pull that heavy sack off of your shoulders right now. Literally make that motion that you're throwing it straight into that beautiful white flame. No more of this. I'm done with lack. I'm done with hating money. I'm done with feeling like it rules our lives. I'm done with this aspect of the system that has trained my subconscious to live in pain and struggle and loss and lack where money is concerned. All right, wonderful. Just going to bring a lot of beautiful light down through Sarah's crown chakra and everybody's. Yeah, wonderful. And that contains these golden particles that are light data, and they're going to give you a clear indication of if you're meant to have a career or just sort of, a vocation, a mission objective, that information will start coming to you. Just write it down. Don't automatically think, oh, I can't make money off of that. Oh, I'm no good at that. No, let that go. Write it down. As ideas come to you, just write it down, and the way will be shown to you. All right? All right, you made a lovely MP3 guided meditation with us called Creating What You Desire by Working with Energy. And in that instance, you're only working with what you would love, the traits, the characteristics, the essence. So I'd love to work in a place where everyone's friendly. I'd like to only work 3 or 4 days a week. I'd like to work from home, whatever it is. You're only dealing with the traits. You're not dealing with the form, the job title. And that will come later. Yeah, wonderful. Just going to ask all agreements with this Del One, all soul contracts, oaths, vows of poverty in particular, vows, oaths of struggle, hatred of the old system. Oh, that's not godly. That's bad. It's better to starve and be godly. On and on, poor but honest nonsense. Yeah, forget it. We need more honest people in the world, don't we? Who have money and influence and who are good-hearted and kind about it. all of that extending to all timelines, dimensions, all Earth's universes, all parallels, black holes, wormholes, all forms of frequency, all forms of experience, all time, space, all of those agreements to suffer where money was concerned and to suffer from lack. Yeah. Or to suffer whether you had money or not, your team is saying. Yeah, all right. It all goes into that beautiful white flame and it extends to all time, space. You're just letting go. Yeah. What you could do, Sarah, is to get a sheet of paper and a pen and write at the top, tell me what happened that I seem to hate money or have a lot of resentment about it. And we've been working with helping you release that. Some of those layers may still be there, so we would listen to this whole situation again, this energy work. But we would say also, write that out. What happened to me with money? That it's so hard for me, and then switch the pen to the other hand and just let your subconscious speak. Let the story come out. Might be from another life, childhood, in this life, another timeline, but let it come forward. And you're going to start keying into what the issue is. And then you can start writing out beautiful affirmations. I am free and safe to make lots of money, at least 6 figures, or whatever amount you would like every year. And I'm full of joy. I give thanks. Thank you, money. Start talking to money as if it were a friend. We have a number of books on abundance. There's also one by a woman, an English woman, Sarah McCrum, MCCRUM, called Love Money, Money Loves You. Beautiful, beautiful advice and insight. She channels from the spirit of money. So we would say yes. Yeah, look into that book as well as the ones our writer has channeled from us, Messages from the Spirit of Abundance, and Abundance for All. So, all right, dear ones. Caroline Mary, yes, greetings, dear one. What action step will help me to most align to my soul purposes right now? All right. Let's just see what your team is saying, dear one. We're going to call them in. Namaste, friends. Just going to ask what would be helpful for this dear one for soul progress and expansion. Well, they're saying, don't think of it as action. Think of it as quietude and calm, where you're just out in nature and you're clearing your thoughts. You're just being calm and quiet. And you're just, meditating, listening to a guided meditation if you prefer that, listening to high vibrational music and talking to your spirit team, chanting a mantra. You might enjoy Deva Premal and Mitten's work. Absolutely wonderful. The Gayatri mantra, Gayatri. Look that one up. They've got several recordings of that. Very powerfully calls in the divine feminine. They want you to be quieter. The action they want you to take is none. They want you to be calm. On that front, at any rate, we'll see if there's anything else, but they just want you to be quiet. Take at least 10 or 15 minutes, if not 20 or 30 minutes every day, to sit or lie quietly and just to ask your team, what do I need to know? Listen to a guided meditation or sing a mantra with a recording if you wish. And there's many iterations of these mantras now. It's not all according to the old tradition. It can be beautifully melodious. So we're just listening one moment. Yeah. Well, they're pointing out you might think of action in terms of, I was kind to this person. I gave this unhoused person $10. I put, my donations, gave that to Goodwill or a charity shop or what have you last week. And I've been, actively forgiving this person or that. All of that completely wonderful. But they're going like this. They also just want you to be quiet and calm and let your own natural wisdom come up in perfect time and way. Let's just flow a lot of light to this Delwan for that. They want you to stop giving your power away to certain people and situations that have occurred in your life, flowing energy for that, putting everybody in that beautiful emerald green ray of healing. And Archangel Raphael, of course, is amongst us, he and his beautiful team of angelic healers, and they're working on everyone right now. Yeah, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Let it go. They don't have any power over you. We're seeing a lot come up from every. No, doesn't matter if it was a parent or grandparent. Doesn't matter if it was a sibling. someone you love, someone you were married to or living with, someone you knew whom you really admired for a long time and they turned out to be not what you thought. Let it go. Let it go. Of course, that's painful. Just say, I bless you and release you into the light. Say that right now, make a motion with your hand. I bless and release you into the light. You experience your higher good now, and I experience mine. Nothing bad ever happened between us. You were free, and I am free too. There's this beautiful, almost sort of a mantra of forgiveness that this wonderful writer, Catherine Ponder, wrote many years ago, one of her prosperity books. And our writer uses it often and encourages others to do so, and we do as well. Nothing bad ever happened between us. You were free, and I'm free too. Now, you might say, wait a minute, something awful did happen. And often it takes healing the subconscious, and not only the conscious mind, of course, the subconscious, that's 90% of your life right there. But we were going to say as well that when you make that conscious decision, you call in many forms of higher help, many higher beings, many beautiful angels who specialize in helping people to forgive. They flow toward you to assist with the subconscious, and they will lead you to those who can assist with that, if more earth-based assistance is needed. But we're going to say that as you're making that determination, you're going to surprise your subconscious. Write it down. Everybody who's ever hurt me, everybody who's ever betrayed me, everybody who's ever abused me, I forgive you completely, fully. I bless you. I send you into the light. Nothing bad ever happened between us. You are free and I am free too. You go to your higher good and I go to mine. And you're going to shock your subconscious. If you write that down and then write your immediate gut reaction to that statement, your subconscious is going to say, are you kidding? Are you being funny? I base a lot of my identity on the fact that I was totally victimized in this situation or that. Write it again, react again, and keep writing and reacting until that reaction on the right changes. And at that point, as it becomes neutral, and then it becomes positive. Yes, thank you. I'm free finally. Yeah, that's a big moment. You've shifted something in the subconscious. So let's see if your team have anything else to say, dear one. Higher vibrational music. They want you to listen to higher vibrational music more often. Jennifer Ruth Russell does beautiful work on that level. And there's quite a number of people who are doing higher vibrational music now. Emmanuel Dagger, Dagher, most of you probably know his work. Absolutely astounding. But as you listen to that, it will lift your energies, dear one. It will make all of this much easier. Yeah. So Lady P, greetings, dear one. Her divorce soon to be finalized. Will I buy the home I desire? All right, let's call your team in. And again, as our writer was saying, we don't commit to saying, yes, this is happening. Your timeline is constantly shifting. You're not yet in no time. You're still a bit in the past, present, future. And that future is constantly remolding itself. Your team is saying, yes, if that's what you've decided for yourself. Have you decided that? This is an excellent question. Are you ready to do that? Are your energies set up for that? Are you accepting of that? Or is there something in your subconscious saying you don't deserve that? Or women never have the money to buy their own home, or on and on. That isn't respectable, or something from the 17th century or something. Unless you're a widow, you shouldn't be living alone, and on and on and on. And again, write it out. Write it out. I now own the home that is perfect for me in every way, and I pay for it joyfully and easily. I give thanks. And again, immediate gut reaction, right? Your immediate gut reaction to that statement on the right, that'll show you where your subconscious is. And believe us, that determines most of what's happening in your life. Yeah. Doesn't sound terribly fair. It's one of the things that the third dimension is most difficult for, because you're not always consciously aware of what it is that's holding you back. So we say, all right, let's clean up the subconscious. Let's look at any agreements right now quickly for this deal one. Anyone else listening, live or on replay, who says, oh, I'd love to own my own home, but I've always had the feeling it's not right, it's not possible, it's out of my range, all of that, all those old oaths, vows, commitments to poverty, to living in community, to always stay with a husband no matter what, or a wife, whether they're good for you or not. Yeah. Commitments, agreements, soul contracts, to not live on one's own that way, or to be held back in terms of finances, to not be in ownership. Your team is saying, all right, yeah, across all timelines, all dimensions, yeah, all time space, all Earth's universes, parallels, black ups, and portals, black holes, yeah, wormholes. That's it. Into the white flame, all of it. All of it into the white flame. Let go. Who are you? No, forget it. Forget it. Not only is this dear one not part of your group anymore, or family, or whatever it was, all right, she's not in your family anymore. That was another life, and you can't hold her back. No, forget it. See those agreements? Dissolve. Go into the light, please. Into the light. We're opening a portal. Into the light right now. Let's move it. Let's move along. And then, discarnate saying, oh, I can't do that. I can't live on my own. I can't own my own house. That's it. Up into the light right now. Loved ones, come forward. Yeah, light emissaries, angelic presences, please. Angels of transition. Time to go home. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just go home now. Yeah, you've been out of body for a long time. Time to go home. Stop troubling this one. It's not your body. Move along. No. No more restrictions. You can only have so much money. You can't own. You can't do this. You can't. Into the light. Look, if you want those restrictions, you can have them. But move into the light. You're not having them here. That's it. Light emissaries, assist, please. Yeah. Into the light. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, a lot. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Go with these loved ones. All right, wonderful. Closing the portal. Again, writing out that affirmation and then reacting on the right, and keep writing it until that reaction is positive. You're going to be convincing your subconscious at that point, dear one, that you can do this. And that's 80%, 80 or 90% of the situation. You'll find the money comes through and the right house comes through. Once you clear up those obstacles. Yeah. And yes, hello to Maine. Our writer lived there when she was a young girl. Yes, wonderful. Blessings to Maine. And Elizabeth, Angelica, I'd love to know about meeting my romantic soulmate and be supported in being available to this relationship. Yes, all right, that one. All right, calling your team forward. Has this one got this written in her blueprint to meet someone wonderful? Not saying whether it's a man or a woman. That's all right, doesn't matter. You're dealing with somebody on a soul level. All right, so what does that mean? In an unusual way? So two things. You're not going to meet him the way you're expecting, they're saying, the way you're expecting the people meet. Be a little more random and unexpected than that. And also, he's not going to be, if it's a man, wonderful. If it's a woman, that's fine too. But this person isn't going to be exactly what you're thinking or what you might expect. A little bit different. Yeah, a little bit different from that. But wonderful for you, they're saying. And so coming up on the timeline, they're not giving us timing. They're saying, well, it depends. Some work to be done first. Yeah, clear out the old beliefs, clear out the old restrictions, the old blockages, the limiting beliefs. Decide what you want, dear one. Our writer has just posted a wonderful interview she did with Anastasia Frank, and that is on in her podcast, the Abundant Living podcast. But this dear one just was very clear. Anastasia, when she was calling in a husband, for instance, and it doesn't matter, male, female, non-binary, it doesn't matter, applied to all. But she was very clear with the universe. And she just said, this is somebody who, turns me on, who's really, in other words, exciting to me, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And she wrote down the things that people call non-negotiables, that he had to respect her, had to have a wonderful sense of humor. We laugh together a lot. If we argue fair. We argue very fairly with one another. No hitting below the belt. If we are pooling our finances, we do that in a peaceful way. If our finances are kept separate, we're happy with that situation, or what have you. So go to that. We would definitely say go to that interview and listen, because it's absolutely wonderful. Because what's being pointed out is that the pains and the sadness of childhood will follow one into every romantic relationship that one could possibly have. And until you really begin to seriously heal the pain and the sadness and the feelings of being abandoned or maybe abused or maybe ignored or neglected or whatever it was. Until you really begin to heal all of that, you will draw to you someone who will point out to you with their words and behavior where you haven't healed. And this is very unpleasant, extremely unpleasant. You don't want that. Absolutely, you don't want that. So you have to heal what's there first in order to bring in this absolutely astounding person of high quality and beautiful intentions. And write it down. Write down everything that you really desire. Don't put a hold on it. If you want them to make 6 figures or more, that's fine. You can say that. Or say, we make that together, both of our incomes together. Yeah, they're saying just be open. Don't discard or discount someone who seems to maybe look or speak or be a little bit different than what you're used to. You know, there's also another reference, Bobby Palmer, Bobbi, wonderful dating coach, and she'll say, stay in discovery. Give it 3-4 months where you're just still discovering who this person is. Don't fall for them immediately. Don't get involved immediately. Just start getting to know them as a friend and ask questions of yourself. How do I feel around this person? And is this somebody who helps me to really light up in the world, and not just because I'm highly attracted to them, but because I feel that we are so simpatico in ways that are very positive for us. We're great friends. We're great supports to one another. Let's just bring a lot of light for that, putting everybody in the rose ray of Divine Mother, that beautiful ray of love. And yeah, your team is saying, and we can see, you need to maybe broaden, expand your capacity to receive love. That's a big one. That affects a lot of people right there. Yes. Just open up. All right. That's something else to write affirmations on or get clearings on. Okay. We're seeing a child self situation here, whether from this or another life. Look, dear one, look in this mirror. Look at how beautiful, wonderful, brilliant you are. You're a goddess. Yes. Yes, that is you. You deserve all the love that this universe can possibly flow to you. Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't have to be perfect. Be yourself. This beautiful person coming into your life is going to love that beautiful, imperfect self, and you're going to appreciate them and love their beautiful, imperfect self. It's not about always anticipating the other person's needs or saying or doing the right thing. Certainly you want to show respect to yourself and other people. You want to be calm and kind. Yes, absolutely, you can do that. Yes, you're right. She's saying, I can do that. Yes, absolutely right. Can you just give us that from this and other lives, that feeling I don't deserve love, going into the white flame? I said, I said I wouldn't marry. I said I wouldn't find someone because I'll stick by the family. There, you've had lives where you said that. Taking care of elderly parents, perhaps. Sickly younger siblings. All right. All of it goes into that white flame right now. That's done. That's over. Let it go. Yep, it is. She's saying it's time for me to be joyful. Absolutely. So we would start looking into that, dear one. Helen Thomas has a wonderful book as well, Calling in the One, it might be called. Start looking at it from a vantage point of shifting your energies to being very open, very healed, and very open. Absolutely. Very, very important, dear one. And just say to your spirit team each day, okay, I've written down my requirements for this wonderful human being. What do I have to do to meet them, or where do I need to be, if anything? I'm just going to stay in receptive mode. I'm just going to stay open until you give me the direction, if any. You know, you might run across them without trying at all. Your team is saying they'll do the work. So just listen inwardly. If you get a nudge, be in a particular place at a particular time. Or if you feel great about going on a dating app, wonderful. If you're not feeling good about it, don't do that. Yeah. If you feel like this isn't me, this isn't right for me, that's all right. That's all right. Let it go. And you've written in your chart there, one, they're saying it's going to happen. So just make sure that you're as healed and as prepared energetically as possible, so that you're not accidentally putting it off, unconsciously putting it off until that happens. Yes. All right. Wonderful. Hello to Ria. And so Mel is saying, being kind is my wish and not stuck on saying what I think I must say or accidentally pop out with. All right. So that's interesting. Just listening. Your team are here, Delwan. They're saying chances are you're not going to be really rude if you're aware. You're not going to be unkind if you're just aware of it. But they're also saying balance it out with also saying your truth. All right, Delwan, we're just flowing light to everyone for that. If there's something you need to say, just say to your team, how do I say this in a kind way? Certainly, impulse control is extremely important regarding what you say to anyone, whether you're a stranger or a loved one. Yeah. So Earth Goddess is saying, try as I might, I'm just a FaceTime grandma. Is that because I have a bigger purpose in my 70s? All right, Delwan. Not sure. Just going to call in your team. Not sure what your main complaint is. You want to be in your grandchildren's lives more fully, more obviously and actively? Or, yeah, that's not your whole life, they're saying. Yes, you have a bigger purpose. As long as you're well and able to move about in life, you always have a bigger purpose. But mainly energetic. Yeah. I want you to start asking yourself what you love to do, who you love to support, not save, not rescue, but support, be kind to, be a support for, in the sense of encouraging, say, children to believe in themselves, encouraging women who've had a hard time to know that they can be empowered goddesses. That's not out of reach. Who is it that you would love to be a support to in this life? Again, not rescuing anybody, but using your gifts. Write it down. What do you love to do? Don't say to yourself, well, flying around in a hot air balloon, nobody's going to pay me to do that. Just write it down. It doesn't matter whether you think it's going to pay or not. Write it down. And they're saying you already have some indication that you could act on, and that will evolve. We're going to ask your team, can you send, please, thoughts that just light up in this dear one's mind, heart, mind? Let's just open that funnel a little bit wider. Receive a lot of light, golden light particles coming in. Oh, the Fae have shown up. Your dragon friend has shown up. You have a lot to do with nature, whether you realize it or not. You have a lot to do with helping people also connect with that aspect that sees the etheric, values it, speaks with it, gains beautiful light and encouragement from it. Your team is saying, get out there. So you could just be a sort of spiritual life coach if you'd like. You could be someone who channels, or, if you've got intuitive or empathic abilities, you could help people with that as a coach. There's a lot you can do. You don't have to do any of that, but start asking yourself what's most joyful to you. All right, dear one, write it down and allow the ideas to come in. They're saying you're not done. You're not done with being out in the world. No. Okay, so Byron, Delwan, you're asking for guidance on your life and in love. Bring in a lot of energies. You've heard what we were saying to others. That applies to you as well. Not just the women in the crowd. It applies to the men as well, or anyone non-binary. That's fine. That's fine. But you've got to find out, where am I still in pain, in feelings of I don't deserve, in feelings of I'm not enough, I got hurt last time, I'm afraid I'll get hurt again. Where is all of that? All right, you want to write out affirmations, continue getting energy clearings. You are in touch with the spiritualacceleration.com people. The accelerator is absolutely wonderful. And ask your team any special message. Keep clearing, they're saying. Keep clearing those old contracts and interferences. Absolutely. We would say that for everyone. Just bring in that emerald green ray. You see, the green is a heart color as well as the rose color. It absolutely is. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. They have a question for you. Can you allow yourself a lot of abundance, an abundance of love, of money, of time in nature, of fulfilling work, an abundance of support and encouragement, an abundance of peaceful thought and feeling? Are you able to sit down and ask yourself, could I allow myself this and think up a scenario. Someone just left you $1 million. You just met someone wonderful. You've just moved into an absolutely beautiful house or apartment or what have you. Pardon. They want you to start asking yourself, how does it feel? That's my reality. Just close your eyes if you want to, image it or what have you. But ask yourself, how does this feel? And maybe objections will come up. And you write out those objections and then you turn them into positive affirmations. Write that affirmation, react on the right, keep writing, keep reacting until it turns positive. And at that point, you have powerfully shifted your subconscious and it's not going to keep serving up more of the same. Now, you might have old agreements to only have so much fulfillment, so much joy, so much love in your life. Let's just take a look. We apply this again to everyone. Any and all agreements. You've got an old belief system, your team is saying, that says, if I have a lot of love in my life, that takes something from someone else. Now, children will assume that sometimes. If they're the baby of the family and get everybody's fussing over them, they might feel bad because, now my older siblings are being ignored or what. Children come to a lot of different beliefs and conclusions. They are out of there. All timelines, all time, space, all realities, all universes and parallels. Yep. All of it into the light right now, into that beautiful white flame. No, let that go, dear one. Let that belief go. It's going to the flame, that agreement, that contract, that experience. Yep. The imprint in the subconscious. Can you give us that, please? Going into the light. Going to that beautiful white flame. Bring in the cool violet transmuting flame of Saint Germain as well. And we're extending that to this dear one's current life and all past and future lives. Everybody's in that beautiful circle of light. And what's being transmuted is the idea of I can only hold so much love, I only deserve so much love, only so much will come to me. I don't, I'll be taking from somebody else if I have a lot of money, a lot of joy, a lot of recognition, a lot of love in my life. Oh, I can't do that. No, I have to be humble. Forget it. Forget it. Remember that Marianne Williamson quote about, you wonder who you are to be beautiful or abundant or fabulous, and really who are you not to be? Yeah. And your playing small does not assist the world. That's it. Excellent. All those past lives. We're including everybody's past life. Yeah. All those other lives you've lived, all of it goes into that beautiful violet fire right now. Transmuted to pure light. You don't have to hold yourself back. Yeah. All right, that one. So we've given a lot of different tools today, Byron, so just start using them. All right, that one. Affirmations, story writing, tell me what happened, that I have this issue or that, and then switch the pen to the other hand and let your subconscious answer. So Gigi's saying, please help with intrusions or agreements with intrusions coming into the mid back or lower back and left kidney. All right, that one. Putting you in that emerald green ray of light. Asking for all universes, all dimensions, all timelines, and all parallels and copies and backups of such, all wormholes, all black holes in which this dear one consented to having these interferences, consented to being in pain, consented to being sort of conscripted, sold to some dark force, ET or otherwise. All of those agreements, starting at a soul level, going all the way back to the beginning of this dear one soul existence. They all go into that beautiful transmuting violet fire right now. That's it. Yeah, look, this is over. The group has come forward. You see all that? It's finished. You cannot create new agreements because this dear one has not given her permission for that. We're going to keep this rolling. All right, dear one? On a soul level, we're keeping the energies rolling so that somebody behind your back, against your will, or with the consent of your child self, your subconscious, creates new agreements that repeat these interferences. All that still goes into the white flame and also the violet fire. Yes, absolutely, every bit of it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, have fun. It's not going to matter. No, you don't own anybody. These are dark ETs. No, not anymore. Look at the energy construct on this planet and you will see things are changing drastically. Agreements with government, yeah, or military. That's fine. That's it. into the vine of fire, into the vine of fire. Yeah. Look, we're going to give you another construct to work with instead. Same situation. Use that. Yeah. Cutting all cords, erasing all channels, clearing, dissolving, clearing, dissolving, dissolving, dissolving. All time, space, all timelines, all universes, all dimensions, all forms of reality, all forms of experience, all frequencies, and all parallels and copies of such, anywhere in this or any universe. Yeah. All right, that one. We do see things are changing for you. All right. You are moving ahead. And the energies that are coming into the planet right now are definitely assisting you very, very powerfully. So just realize that and stay in a place of reminding yourself. All right. Reminding yourself that you are moving forward and that you're doing beautifully. All right, everyone. So Patricia, asking what can I do to further heal the health issue I'm experiencing? You're already a miracle, dear one. You're doing beautifully. Let's call in your spirit team. Yeah. Namaste, friends. They want you to shift your focus, dear one. And we realize this might sound a little funny. Don't think of yourself as somebody who needs healing. Concentrate on every single good thing your body can do for you. Concentrate on every beautiful moment in anytime you have in nature, anytime that, if you have some flowers at home or a plant that's growing. Concentrate on everything that is alive in your environment and everything that's going good with your physical self, and be full of joy. Just be full of thankfulness. Absolutely full of thankfulness. And just keep saying to your body, you do so well. You are doing so, so well. And in fact, you might, there's this lovely woman, Janet Dorr, D as in David, OERR. When she goes into the grocery store, she'll say, body, 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 what foods you really need? Meaning the healthy ones, not the crunchy stuff in the crinkly packages, but the very healthy foods. And so she will let her body tell her. And you can practice this as well, dear one. And it might do well, if you don't hear intuitively, get that sheet of paper and a pen and write at the top of my body, what would you love right now? What would make you joyful? What would help to further our healing? And what would put you in a place, we're just listening to your team here, put you in a place where you're just celebrating all the time, every single cell. And then switch the pen to the other hand and let your body answer you, which is deeply connected to the subconscious. And they're saying that she will speak with you. Yes, absolutely. She's quite determined. You are not meant to go home yet. You're here for absolutely beautiful reasons. Very, very active in the etheric, working very actively in the etheric with the energetics of this planet, healing nature. You're also very connected to the Fae, whether you realize it or not. That's one big thing that they do. They do a number of things, but assisting with plants and animals and the air and the water, they're irreplaceable on this planet. Yeah, wonderful. And so, just seeing if there's anything else. Anybody you need to forgive in your life, forgive them. Follow that process we spoke of earlier. Yeah, with the affirmation. Write down if you want a list of people you need to forgive, and just keep saying, pointing to each name and just keep saying, I send you love. I wish you happiness. I send you into the light. Nothing bad ever happened between us. You are free and I am free too. You go to your higher good now and I go to mine. It doesn't matter that your logical mind will be yelling pretty loudly and saying, are you kidding me? You don't have any memory of that? Are you joking, etc.? We would say, just say, all right, I understand, I hear you. And you understand that I need all my resources not to be unhappy about the past. in this or any life, but to be joyful about the present. And if your logical mind manages to argue with that, you can tell it just, STFU, is it? Just shut up. Just don't, don't play. Just say, I'm sorry, I've changed. And then write out these beautiful affirmations. I am healing. I am healing more and more every day. I am powerful. I am strong. I give thanks. And of course, react on the right. Keep writing, keep reacting until it becomes positive. And then state it another way. And that energetic mindset is everything. You've heard of these people, no doubt. These are ones that dissociative identity disorder, where they have a number of personalities and they switch from one personality to another. And we're going to tell you, in some cases, that's an intrusive discarnate taking over in those moments. But let's just say this really is a split personality situation, which can happen, a multiple personality. And doctors will do tests while that person, say, is Henry, and they're saying, yeah, my name is Henry. Yeah, I'm an accountant. Yeah, I a lot of pain on my right side. And they do tests and they find, yes, there's an issue there, or something going on maybe with, they've got liver disease. And then they switch. And now they're Jason. And Jason is a very much more easygoing fellow. They do those tests again. There's no liver disease and there's no pain on the right side. Same body. You see how the mental state and the energetics are what run things. And your body's always waiting for you to realize that. She loves you. She's there with you. Absolutely, Delwan. All right, we're just putting you in that beautiful emerald green ray of light. And bringing the gold particles. Gold particles coming into every cell. Yeah, releasing any agreements to stay in pain, to stay ill, across all time, space, all dimensions, timelines, universes, parallels, copies. Yeah. All of it, all experience, all frequencies. No more agreements to be in pain. If that is for your higher good, for whatever reason, you're just drawing the pure gold of that wisdom to you. Your team is saying, no, you can release it. Okay. Yep. All lives, all timelines, all time, space, all experience, all frequencies, all realities. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go, subconscious. Let it go. Again, this applies to everyone. So just say yes, open to receive. And we're there with you. There we go. Okay, that's all right. Let it go. Let it go. Energy clearings are going to help you a lot, dear one, because you have got some discarnates who are holding on to illness. So they have many, our writer offers them. We do our channeling sessions. They have many at the members site at spiritualacceleration.com. Absolutely wonderful. So assist yourself with that. Yes, many. You can speak with an accelerator, do a session, or just buy one of the recorded clearings for a particular issue. Yeah, just go to their members site and you'll see the clearings. So Carl is asking, how can we as a collective avoid negativity and fear online? Now, that is a brilliant question, particularly for this particular time that everyone is in. Let's call forth, we'll ask Carl's team, but we will also share a bit. Yeah. Whether you realize it or not, Carl, when you read something negative online, somebody's really angry in the comments of a YouTube, or you're looking at a very sort of upsetting set of information in an article or video, whatever it is, an email, whether you realize it or not, they're saying that you're sending that person light. You're sending a lot of light to the writer of that comment or article, or whoever created that video, and whatever forces are behind that video. Your news media has a negative slant intentionally. It was created that way with an expectation of negativity, and quite, we want to say, almost sort of salacious and quite let's say blown up, sense of the world as being constantly in trouble. And that was intentionally created so as to bring and to keep people's energies down. So if you just keep sending light, and of course, if you don't want to look at the news, don't. Maybe take in a little bit of information if you wish, but don't steep yourself in it as so many have. This is a very dark vibration. And then the subconscious says all the time, well, life is hard. Oh, things never work out. Oh, this is awful. Oh, so many people suffering and dying. More people are alive and thriving than are suffering. Even if they're in some form of struggle with something, In this era that you're in right now, more people are doing better than doing dreadfully. And we say that with great love and compassion for all who are caught in terrible circumstances of one kind or another, particularly war or natural disaster. This can be utterly devastating and traumatizing. And of course, we realize that. But what our writer will say, she'll say to her spirit team or to us, why all this suffering? This is horrible. This has to stop. And her spirit team will immediately come back, particularly her higher self will say, respect their path. That sounds a bit odd, we realize. That sounds like who in their right mind would set things up so that they're in war or in a terrible flood or tsunami or an earthquake or what have you. That makes no sense. We've got to rescue these people. And really, then they said, the next thing they said to our writer was, did somebody zoom in and rescue you in absolutely terrible things that were happening to you? And of course she said no, but then I wrote that into my life chart, which is what these dear ones did as well. All of you did. If you just keep sending light for their beautiful path, if you hear people suffering, if you see somebody angry and divisive and enraged about this or that, and it's easy to do, particularly right now in the United States, we realize the country is highly divided in ways it probably hasn't been since the Civil War, the late 1800s. So just be aware that this is the path humankind has chosen in order to evolve. Yes, that sounds dreadful, and yet it is absolutely important that you respect what another has taken on to learn from. So we would say you avoid negativity and fear online by not engaging in it. Go to those YouTube videos that speak of something wonderful that you love that's really positive. Spend time outdoors in nature. Get away from the computer as often as you can. We heard of one gentleman who has a little sign on his computer that says, go outside. Absolutely wonderful. Very easy to get stuck in to the online presence. Absolutely avoid the news, avoid the negative commentary. Look, it all goes by in the blink of an eye anyway. Would you go back to 1954 and start watching the news and start reading commentaries and getting involved with the information people had at the time? Not a historical analysis, just the information that people were being fed at the time. You wouldn't do that. You would say, well, first of all, the truth of the situation, whatever it was, wasn't really coming forward. And secondly, it was there to manipulate us into lower vibration, the people of that time. And thirdly, there's no need to do that. All of humankind is on a trajectory of light and higher love. And we're getting there. It's just that we're releasing a great deal that's very difficult for us right now. That's all. We're releasing it. So it's coming to the surface. And the negativity, of course, people are going to feel disturbed and upset with all of this powerful light coming in. They're going to feel sort of, wait a minute, what's going on? Because they've identified with being a victim, either in this or many other lives. They've identified with being angry. They've identified with rooting for a particular team, particular party or country or region or whatever it is, or particular part of the family, this part, but not that part. And they feel as if the subconscious starts to get very upset and self-defensive, self-protective, and says, oh no, that's who I am. That's absolutely who I am. What are you talking about? I can't give that up. No, that's that. How am I going to see myself if I don't have that anger, that resentment? Of course, this is how people become ill, because over centuries or over, in one life, over decades of illness, and then bringing in heaviness from other lives as well. In other words, illness meaning resentment and bitterness. The body thinks that's its natural way to be, and it will create accidents. It will create illness because you are resonating on that very acidic pH level or just with chaos. And so only take in what appears to you to be joyful and wonderful. And if you need to know something, there's something going on in your area, you get an alert on your phone or what have you, send it light. Of course, take in information that's important for you to take in. You don't want to completely close out all outer influences, but don't let them run you. No. In fact, a lot of people, what they'll do is get their news from the late night comedians, from the late night shows, because that's an easier way of dealing with things than getting just this download of left brain drivel that assures you, oh, The world's a mess. Yeah, it's going to impact you and your family too. Yeah, that's too bad. We'll be back tomorrow with even worse news. People are just basically saying, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. And that is quite healthy. That in itself is a miracle. Yeah. So you avoid the negativity and the fear online by not going to those places that are preaching that are offering you that. They're trying to feed you that energetically. It's not who you are, and it's not why you're here. And again, your team are saying you're radiating a lot of light, dear one, to help people come out of negativity and fear. And you're a sensitive person. That might be why, as a sensitive light worker, empath, energy worker, might be why these things are affecting you. But don't get drawn in. You've got better things to do. Yeah. All right, so Bubbles, fear of success, help. Just do one or two more. What's going on, please, with Bubbles' spirit team? What's going on with this fear of success? Don't want to outshine anybody else. Negative experiences. You've had lives where you made a lot of money, you did well, and lost it all. You also got blamed for a lot because you had money and others were hungry and people were angry, like, why don't you save more people? Yeah, not unusual. Maybe if I just stay small, that'll be safe. Nobody will hate me. I won't have to put up with the loss. Okay, all those old agreements, the old trauma. Yeah, the old spouse. It's all agreements. Yeah, all timelines, all dimensions, Earth's, universes, parallels. Yeah, all of it into that beautiful white light. I'm bringing in the violet fire as well, dear one, this cool transmuting flame. Yeah, into the subconscious. Fear of success beliefs, old trauma, all of it into the violet flame. That's it. And all agreements likewise get dissolved, cleared for all time, space, all frequencies, all realities. Yeah. Fear of success, pain, upset, guilt over being successful. Yeah. Fear of being judged, fear of being hated, fear of being locked out, not loved anymore, not accepted anymore, not having social contacts, family being angry. Yep, that's it. All of it into that light, into that beautiful flame. Let's go into that beautiful flame. There we are. There we are. Okay. All right. Pardon one moment. All right. Who are you? No, that's over. That's done. No, you're not Lord and Master anymore. You're not determining who has what. Look at that. That agreement, it applies to all timelines, all dimensions, all universes, all parallels, and it's going into that beautiful white flame right now. You're done here. Nope, you're done. People who disagreed with this dear one, put this dear one down and say, oh, well, you should feel guilty, terrible, awful. Yeah, forget it. It's over. That's done. Go into the light. Into the light. That's it. You're done here. All agreements to experience that done. Again, dear one, work with affirmations. Absolutely. Talk to the spirit of money. Talk to the spirit of success. Angels of abundance, angels of success. However you determine that, that's going to be different for everyone. Absolutely it is. But work with that and say to them, I need a download, please, of wisdom on this issue. And I need also to be cleared of any and all old beliefs. You can write it, again, do this story writing exercise, pen and paper, right at the top. Tell me what happened that I fear success in this life, in this lifetime, and then switch the pen to the non-dominant hand and let the story come out. Yeah. And at least then it's obvious and you can use the affirmations and get clearings and whatnot. All right, that one. All right, Jean is asking, home venture. I'm about to crowdfund. Any advice before I launch or after? Well, Dylan, one of the biggest things you can do, we'll ask your team. They're here. They're coming in. Look, if you're going with GoFundMe or what have you, look at similar campaigns that have been very successful and have a look at the elements of that. Do they offer free gifts to people who say, donate more than 500 or donate 1,000? There are these tiers of contribution. Do they have they offered updates? Have they explained why this is important? Focus on homes, your team is saying, not towns or resorts. Homes, badly needed. We would speak to that. If you're creating homes for people that are affordable, this is absolutely invaluable. We would include that. But look at successful campaigns And you don't have, of course, you won't be copying them verbatim. You'll be looking at the elements. You'll be looking at what they stress and what they make clear in their description, and what kinds of images they have, what kinds of photos or what have you. Let's see what your team is saying as well. You're saying you've done this before, this kind of work, whether it was in this or another life, is beside the point. You've done this before. You're a planner. You're a city planner. You're a builder. This is what you came in for. They will guide you. They want you to write down your priorities. What are the 5 most important things that this is going to do for people? What's this going to offer people that will really pull them in and help them to support it and follow? Look for updates. Want to know what's going on? How's this progressing? But what are the benefits, the positive benefits in terms of life experience? Yeah. Caroline Mary's apologizing to the spirit of money. All right, Dylan, wonderful. Just sending light to everyone. Divine feminine, energy of abundance, of course, absolutely. We'll just do one more here. Greetings, Yvette. Dylan. Okay, and yeah, Lizia or Lysia, Dylan, you've got to use energy work and affirmations to come out of feelings of insecurity about money. It's not down to how much money you have. You're going to experience that. You're going to experience that no matter what. Even if you have millions of dollars, if you've got a fear about loss or lack, you're going to experience loss or lack because your energies are holding that as your reality in your body, in your mind and emotions. That's a lot of past lives, putting all of your lives in that beautiful circle of light where you lost money or you were told you never have enough, can't pay your taxes, that's okay, we'll steal your home from you, and on and on. Yeah, forget it. That's not who you are anymore. All of the past life selves, tossing all that trauma into that beautiful violet fire. We're going to use the violet flame here. Saint Germain's transmuting violet fire. Get clearings for the fear about money, dear one. Very important. Write out, again, do the story writing exercise. What happened to me that I'm so afraid of holding on to money when I really need it? You know, what happened to me so that I am feeling like there will never be enough. And get that out. Start working with affirmations. Start getting energy clearings. Absolutely. And let's see here. There was just one more we wanted to look at. Linda, okay. But yes, work with it energetically. Absolutely work with it energetically, that one. And just, just realize it's not about the amount of money you have in your bank or credit union account or what have you. It's not about that. There are people out there with millions, even billions of dollars who are still insecure about money. That's no way to live. Absolutely not. You notice that a lot of people, not all maybe, but a lot of people who win the lottery, within 4, 5, 6 years, that money's gone. They didn't have the vibration to hold it. Is your vibration ready? Sit down and say to yourself, all right, I'm a millionaire. How do you feel about that? Write it down. Does guilt come up? Does doubt come up? The feelings of I don't deserve? Feelings of, oh, I'll probably just blow it. Don't give me $1 million, etc. I can't handle money. I was told that when I was young. Let it come up. All right, that one. Deal with it energetically. And yeah. Denise, as far as the job interview goes, your team is saying, do you want it to go well? Are you preparing for that? Are you expecting that? Are you affirming that? Are you glad for it? Are you giving thanks? Give thanks for your higher good. Say to your team, say to the universe, if this job is for my higher good, fine. That's great. If it's not, I won't be bitter or angry that I don't get it. I only want my higher good. And I thank you for that. All right, one, don't go grasp it. Allow it, be glad for it, celebrate it, go in there and be your beautiful self, your wonderful light-filled self. Let them know what you can do for them. Find out what do they need, that employer, that particular organization, and let them know what you can do for them and how you've proven that over the years. You've been able to do that for others. Absolutely, go in there and shine, but let it be okay if it doesn't come to you. Go in there with the air that you're interviewing them. It's okay if they don't hire you. You wish them well, and you just want to bring more light everywhere you go. Yeah, Just be okay about it. So, all right, Linda, releasing procrastination, confusion, things that hold you in fear, stuck like a deer in the headlights. Yes, you've got attachments, Dale One, calling your team in. Yeah. Everything we've been saying here, very important. The energy clearings, writing out the affirmations, the story writing exercise. Tell me what happened. What's going on? Are these agreements? A lot of trauma. It's better just to stay frozen. I'm safer that way, kind of an idea. All right, that is extremely common. Yes. All right, Dale One. Come on. Any and all lives as Dale One's ever lived at any timeline, any dimension, any earth, any universe, any parallel. All of you. A lot from this life. All right, Dale One, your child self is here. All the different ages. Toss all that heaviness, that sack, bitterness, shock, trauma, upset, grief, rage. Toss it into that beautiful white flame right now. Flame of the divine feminine. Toss that in. You don't need it. That giant angel's here with that beautiful broom, sweeping all that into that beautiful light. You don't need this. No, you don't need this anymore, not to grow, not to be aware, not to realize who you are. You don't need to suffer anymore. You can grow in joy. You can absolutely learn and grow in joy. Any agreements to stay stuck, to not outshine other people, quote unquote. Fear is best. Fear protects me. Yeah, all belief. It was sown into you in this and other lives. Come on, all of it into the white flame. All timelines, all time, space, all agreements to these, to that effect. All of it goes into that beautiful white flame. Yeah, all experience, all universes, all parallels. Yeah, that's it. Come out of there. Higher self, spirit team, looking at these attachments. What is going on here? These interferences, agreements for the interferences. Running this Dale One with fear, feeling stuck, deer in the headlights, kind of shock. All those agreements are finished. You see that? You see that? Into the light, yes? Divine Mother? All right, look, all of you. You go into the light. Universal center, into the light right now. Right now. That's it. That's done. We want you to end all agreements, Dale One, to experience any of this and release any and all attachments, interferences, etc. We've dealt with the ones that were most obvious, but there can be others. So for that, again, this is where channeling sessions help a great deal. This is where the energy work done at spiritualacceleration.com helps a great deal. And it's very important because in this life, you're releasing 3D, you're releasing all of these blockages and interferences. And it's very important to do that in an active way. Yeah. So we send much love and many blessings to everyone. Absolutely honored, as always, to assist. And so glad that you're here on the earth at this time. There's no accidents. You chose to be here. You're all doing beautiful work. You're all full of light. And we're thrilled, absolutely honored to assist, as we say. So we'll bring our writer back now. Namaste. Okay, thanks everyone. I'm very, very glad that you were here today. And if you're watching in replay, all the energies are still there. Please don't panic. And you can just say to the collective, can you help me with this, please? And just relay that and call in your spirit team. They're always with you at any rate, but just say to your team, maybe what's the most important thing right now that I deal with. Each time that you listen to or watch this recording, you're going to maybe present a different issue and it will be worked on. Absolutely. So I send so much love and huge blessings. And I hope that you, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, you will, and join our community. And it's just a lot. There's a lot here for you. So much love. Many blessings. Namaste.